In the previous lessons, we spoke about how important it is to focus on the right idea when you have many options. We also said that our resources, like time, money, and energy, are always limited. That is why we use tools like the impact versus effort matrix and the RISE framework. These methods helped us choose the product idea most worth our effort. Now that you have chosen a clear candidate, we are ready for the next step. We need to understand the problem this idea solves and the people it serves. This is one of the most critical steps in productization. And to do this in a deeper way, we use what is called a user persona. Knowing your target audience in general is not enough. If you only say, my audience is students or my audience is parents, the group is too large and too vague. You cannot design a product that fits everyone. Personas allow you to focus. They make your audience personal and concrete. When you give a face, a name, and a story to your typical user, it becomes much easier to think about their needs and their daily lives. Personas also help teams avoid making decisions based on their own opinions. Without personas, people in a team might argue about what they believe users want. With personas, the team can ask, what would Sarah think of this? Or would this really solve Sarah's pain points? In productization, this is powerful because every choice you make, like your value proposition, your design, and your communication, can be tested against the persona. This ensures that your product is built for real people, not for assumptions. And here is something even more important. When you have this persona information in hand, you gain the chance to build a product that truly fits the type of users you want to serve. You can design features that match their habits, create experiences that connect with their behaviors, and speak in a language that resonates with them. A persona represents your target group, and if you ignore it, you risk failure. Even a product that has perfect performance and strong functionality may fail if it does not fit the people it is made for. This is why persona work is one of the most important guides in your productization strategy. Now, what exactly is a user persona? A persona is a fictional character that represents a segment of your audience. It is not a real person, but it is based on real observations and research. A good persona usually includes some basic details like age, job, or role. It explains goals and motivations, it shows pain points and frustrations, and it describes habits or behaviors connected to your product idea. Let's build an example persona together. Her name is Sarah. She is 42 years old and lives in a busy city. She works full time and has a son who is preparing for high school exams. Sarah's goal is simple. She wants her son to succeed in exams and feel confident, but she has several pain points. She spends hours searching online for reliable tutors. She feels unsure if tutors are truly qualified. She struggles to match tutoring schedules with her own busy work hours. She also feels stressed because she knows her son's future depends on good results. Sarah's habits show how she tries to solve the problem today. She asks friends for recommendations. She browses local websites. Sometimes she joins social media groups, but these take a lot of time and do not always give good results. Now think about the value proposition for Sarah. Your tutoring platform saves her time. It gives her trusted tutors. It makes scheduling easier. For Sarah, this is more than a product. It is peace of mind, knowing her son is supported. Let's also talk about how many personas you should build. In a real product strategy, One persona is rarely enough. Most products serve more than one type of user. You may need two or three personas to cover the main parts of your target audience. But there is a balance. If you try to cover too many personas, you risk spreading your focus too wide. For example, imagine a platform that tries to serve young children, university students, and professional adults all at once. The product will struggle because the needs of these groups are too different. On the other hand, if you only focus on one very small persona, your product may not have enough users to succeed. For example, if you design a tutoring platform only for children who study classical music theory, your audience will be too small and the business may fail. So the key is balance. Enough personas to capture your real audience, but not so many that your product loses focus. Remember, more users does not always mean more success. It is about choosing the right users. This is how personas give you the balance you need. They show you where to focus and they protect you from making a product that is too general or too narrow. By creating Sarah's persona and maybe one or two more for other groups, you can now design the product in a way that truly fits your users. Every decision you make, from the features you plan to the way you communicate, can be tested by asking, would this really help Sarah? Would this also work for my second persona? So let's close this lesson by looking at what we now have. Up to this point in our productization journey, you have collected your ideas, prioritized them, chosen the best one, and defined the problem and the target audience. With personas, you now bring that audience to life. You have real stories, real goals, and real pain points to guide you. This means you now hold a strong foundation. You know the problem, you know who has the problem, and you can imagine those people as real users through personas. This foundation will feed the next steps. When we work on shaping the product concept, building the business model canvas, and later creating the value proposition, we will use these personas as guides.